Sup? 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 Can you hear me? Anybody there? Anybody out there? Say something, say hello. Let's see. Test 1, 2, 3. Test, 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 test. No microphone working, huh? Testing 1, 2. I don't know if I can do that. Test, 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 test. Testing 1, 2, 3. Let's try this light instead. Ooh, good God, no. How's the sound? Can y'all hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Anyhow, where's my glasses? I'll give it a couple minutes here. See who shows up, if anybody shows up. Check the Zoom. That was good, wasn't it? There we go. Promised I'd pick up where I left off last night. I want to make sure people can hear me first and get on. So I'll sit here and watch my freaking Capitals give up a 2-goal lead to the stinking Pittsburgh Penguins. I guess the sound's working. I need to do some maintenance. I knew that. Grumlin, you say you can hear me okay? Yeah, I was streaming last night and got ready to do combat, and some people were watching, trying to learn how to do it. And my stinking laptop went into a Windows update, and I couldn't catch it. And it took over an hour for it to run all the updates last night. So I'm waiting, give them a couple minutes here for them to pop on, those that want to see it. How you been, man? A lot of them are probably still over on Ardwolf's stream. Oh man, don't tease me with cheesecake. I'm a diabetic that loves that stuff. Can't help it's good stuff. And we got a cheesecake place right literally beside our county office. But they want like $5 a slice. So I'm gonna wait a few minutes before I do this because I stopped literally right as I was starting combat last night. And I promised this gang that I would restart it tonight. What's up, Todd? I figured I'd wait till you get back on and maybe from Canada. My memory's terrible. What was Ardwolf streaming? What was he doing on his stream? Here. Yeah, it was on with us last night when I crashed. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's doing his max. I thought he just did one of those the other day, didn't he? Here, check this out. Watch this. Without me even leaving my chair, watch what I can do. You gotta love technology. Gotta love technology. Darn loggy capture software from Logitech. It's not the greatest thing, but it's pretty cool. This is supposed to be one of their top of the line cameras. I don't know. Maybe it's because I got the. Let's see, man. Yeah, I guess that's all right. No, I need that light on. We got 3. I'm gonna give it just a couple minutes here. If you guys want to get something to drink or if you take a leak or something, go ahead. Matter of fact, I might do that while I'm waiting. I'll be right back. Yeah, this was a trick trying to figure this out. I have to start the YouTube stream first and select Logitech Capture, then turn the Logitech Capture on. Yeah, this is a 922. I'll be right back. Whew. Yeah, this might be the fuzziness on this because I'm using a laptop. You did not hear that. Oh shit. I'll just start wearing Depends and won't even go to the bathroom when I'm playing. They say I'm old enough. Damn, this has got a good microphone on it. Next time I'm going to mute that crap. That's too funny. All right. Sitting here watching my Washington Capitals give up a 2-goal lead to the stinking Pittsburgh Penguins. No offense. If anybody likes the Penguins. Actually, yes. I hope that was very offensive. It's like this. This is like the freaking Stanley Cup and Super Bowl whenever the Capitals play the Penguins. And yeah, I got it right here above my head on my TV. All right. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and do some combat. We were doing 3-1 somewhere. Damn if I can remember where. It was right here, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, right here. Because they were DG'd, I have the DG marker off them. So it was 3-1, we said. Yeah, it was 3-1. And we were using, was it 3rd Panzer? All right, so we had 3-1 odds when I stopped this thing last night. So what we're going to do is it's 3-1. It's in clear. So what happened was the armor. I think it was in clear. Yeah, the arm. So the armor for the attacker was going to be doubled. There was really no options for the defender to choose for defense, whether it was terrain or anything. So it was just straight up clear. So there won't be any adjustments. And let's see, the heavy anti-tank, the yellow-coated units from the 3rd Panzer Division counteract the red light anti-tank stuff from the Allies. Marxes. What's up, brother? Another Canadian here. I just can't remember who it was last night that was on with us. All right, so we had 3-1. The AR value, the top AR value of the Germans is a 5, which I'm pretty sure. Where did I put them at? Did I not pull them down? I know damn well I did. Where did I set them at? I got stuff all. Oh, here it is. Yeah. He has a 5. So see if we can see that. So that unit there, you can see if it focuses, his AR rating is a 5, that little number in the middle there. So they'll use that. And the defenders, he's actually DG. Don't have the GG marker on him. So they were 3s. They're reduced to a 2. So the Germans are going to get a +3 on the surprise roll. And since it's a regular attack, it has to be a 10 or more. And right off the bat, we roll a 12. So with a 12, they're definitely going to get surprised. And we rolled a 3 on the dice for a 3-column shift. So 3-1, that puppy is going to go over. So those of you that don't know, I can actually use this thing tonight. All right, so on the chart yonder, go this way. Yeah, go that way. Yeah, so it was 3-1 in the clear, and it's going to go over 3 with the dice, so it's going to end up at 7-1. And then they'll also get that modifier on the die roll. So we say went over to 7-1. Let's roll the puppies again. No snake eyes now. We roll a 7, which will turn into a 10, and that is, that's a good one. That's an AE4 DL102. So Billy Bob here is going to have to lose 1. And, of course, he'll lose it from this guy here since he's got 4 steps. So we'll flip that over to a 2. He's now reduced now, so 50%. All right, and he's going to have to retreat. And the only problem is he's going to have to retreat into his zone of control. And he won't be able to do that. So he is going to have to take another step loss. Let's see. Yeah, he'll just take another step loss off that guy because he's not going. Now he's down to a 3. My little tabs here. Had to use one of my tables that I put my counter trays on to hold the laptop so I can actually see your all's text. All right, so this guy's he's a 4-step unit. Now he's down to 3. He's going to take serious punishment. And I got to actually look that up because I can't remember what the minuses are going to be. And they're going to stay there, though, so instead of retreating, they gave up that extra step. All right, so that's done. Put that DG marker back on him. And the Germans get AE4. And they attack from multiple sides. So I think what we'll do is we'll throw that AE4. Did I say 4? AE4. And I did, didn't I? I rolled a 7. I rolled a 10. A 10. Yeah, AE4. Do I even have one of those? So AE4 means that anybody with a 4 or better AR can attack during the exploit phase. So we're going to drop that on old 3rd Panzer there. And we're going to drop one up here on, I got to separate them damn things. Drop one up here where the infantry and the machine gun unit were. All right. So your exploitation markers, those things there, you only get those during regular combat. You cannot get them through overrun, and you cannot get them through overrun on exploitation. So you can only get them during regular combat. So keep that in mind. All right, who else do we want to beat up on here? And I did food supply, so I may not be able to do any here. So he's DG'd, and he is reduced to He is reduced to 1, so he's not affected yet, but he's DG'd. Ouch. Just stabbed myself. That's good. Is he he's in a village. He's in a small village, so he's going to be close terrain, but he's not going to affect anything for anybody. All right, let's see. So we know that this headquarters can throw up to these guys. So 5th Panzer, don't tell me those guys are in freaking mobile mode. I think they are. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 and 3, 17. It's going to be 17 into 9. And they are going to get, they have a 5 AR. Do we want to take a risk? Well, hell yeah, we want to take a risk. He is a 3 reduced to a 2, so we're going to get a +3. Let's burn some supply. So he's got to earn 2T because he's a couple steps. Can he get to any supply? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, he can. All right, so we're going to take 2T off of this right here. So that'll actually just flip this guy to 3T. Yeah, I don't consolidate on my supply counts because I know I'm always going to peel off 1T or 2T. So they burn up 1 or 2T. And then he needs, see, 1, 2, 3, 4. He needs 5 there. Well, 4.5. Oh, no, he only needs 4 there. Okay. All right, artillery's not in the attack. So he gets 4. Keep that out of the way. And then the machine gun unit. So they're going to be using a total of 4.5. Can we get 4? Do we have 4 or 5T? So, man, that's the whole shebang, right? Man, do I even want to do that? Do I even want to do that? I think I do. I think I do. Do I want to do that attack or do I want to attack over here? And that's 2nd mech. I don't know if I want to mess with them. No, because they're on their 2nd motorized. No, they're on their full strength side. So, yeah. So we're going to go there. So what did I say that was again? 13 and 3, 16, 17 into 9, I said. So that's going to eat up this whole thing of supply right here. So we just burn out 5T. It was 1 and 1T. So we just burn out 5T of supply right there for this attack with these 2 units. 1T. And we said 17 into 9. So we know that's going to be 2 to 1 because of the way MMP does it. Always remember that. Never adjust in favor one way. Always use your, if it's 0.5, you go up. If it's below 0.5, you go down. So 1.88. So that's going to be 2 to 1 in the village. So that's going to be close terrain. No benefits. If they were to use the open terrain, the allies, it would be, no, yeah, that's just going to stay in the village. So that's going to be 2 to 1. All right, and the ally or the Germans get a +3, and they roll a 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10 puts, get out of the way, and 10 puts them on a regular attack. Yep, they get it, but they only got 1 column shift, so that's going to end up being 3 to 1 on the clear, or in close terrain, I'm sorry. All right, and they're going to get a +3 on the roll. Oh, Jesus. 6 and 3 is 9. So what do we got here? 9 is an AO1, DO1. So there was 5 tons of supply wasted on that attack. And we are going to move 5th Panzer out of the way. Remember, if you retreat into a zone of control, enemy or friendly units do not negate that. And the machine gun unit, we're going to go. Shoot, no, can't go that way. Go this way. Back here on top of the arty. Now, I could, if I were to stay there and take a step loss instead, out of that Panzer unit, I would have to take it from the mech. God, do I want to do that? Do I want to kill that recon unit and take that road intersection? Yeah, you know what? I think I do. I think instead of retreating, I know because they could just take a step and stay there. So no, we will not do that. What is this guy? Yeah, he's only at 1 step loss. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We'll take the retreat. All right, so the deal was we had an attacker option 1 and a defender option 1. So the attacker always takes his results first. He can stay where he is and take a step loss, and then the defender either executes an option 1 by retreating 1 hex, or he takes a step loss and stays put. If the attacker chooses to take his option as a retreat, the defender doesn't have to take any of the results. He can just stay put with no, or he doesn't have to take any of the option retreats. If the defender suffers a loss like a DL1-01, he's got to take the DL1 step loss, and then he, depending on whether the attacker backs off or whether the attacker stays put, he'll either affect the 01 or he'll just stay put because the attacker retreated, and you won't have to worry about it. But if the attacker had stayed there, he could either take a step loss or he could retreat. So, which is interesting. In most games, you usually, you take the defender's loss first, and then the attacker does his thing. All right, so I don't think that I used a lot of supply on that. I got supply down here, but I can't use it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. I got supply way down here, but I got supply like way down here, but I can't use it. I used everything I had right here. I don't think there's any up at the airfield. No, I don't think there's any over here. Yep, I don't have any more supply that I can reach to do this attack right here. Well, I probably wouldn't do that again. He's sitting on 9 strength points. Let's see. Nope. I don't want to mess around. I need to attack first cav right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not going to be enough. I mean, that was a bad thing. I did not ship those supplies. I thought I had more than enough sitting right there, but I don't. Kleist he's got 1. He can't use him. Can't use him. Those 2 are empty. I got to go get supplies for them. So that attack right here is a waste. He's going to go back in supply because I don't have anything I can trade. Even with the headquarters, I don't have enough. Well, let's see. Wait a minute. I have a headquarters right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can reach those 2. And I've got, yes, I can. All right. So let's see. Old first cav, where you at, buddy? Oh, I got their units with them. So first Belgian cav right here. He's got 6 sitting in the clear. And I want to attack, let's say with these, I'm going to attack with these 2 infantry units here, and that's 4 and 4. That's 2 supply points. Yeah, I'm going to make sure they get their asses handed to them. So this truck back here, which y'all probably cannot see. So there's a truck sitting right just back down here, and I'll count to these units. Or there's a headquarters also sitting there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me put that camera so y'all can see that stuff, because you are not getting the purpose of this if I don't. Oops. Too high? A little bit. See if that did it. Let's see. All right, so we're attacking here. There's a headquarters here, and there is supply here. Now the supply just came in. I can't move it, but I can use it. So to to the headquarters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From the headquarters, there's a road there, a major road. So it's 1, 2, 3, and he can go here 4 and 5 into him. All right. Or he can just go adjacent either way. So we're going to have 38 points there, but we're going to burn 8T of supply. So we're going to take this guy's 4 all the way down to a 2. Oh, stuff gets in the way here. And can you imagine if I'd have shot artillery, how bad that would have been? Or he was sitting on top of that, wasn't he? Yeah. All right, so we burned 2, and he's got 1.5 RE, so he's only got to burn. Where's it at? Supply. Defender, 2T per combat. If 1 RE, okay, so he's got to burn 2T because he's got 1.5 RE here. So he's got 3 battalions. So 2 battalions make 1 RE, and even though that one's only a battalion, it's still going to cost another one. He cannot reach any of his supply. So guess what? He is going to go to. Well, you know what? He's going to get smoked. So the defender is going to choose not to use supply, which is going to turn this into 3 instead of 6 defensive strength points. It's going to be 3. So you have that option for the defender to not use any supply, not even use their internal stocks. Just say no, they're not going to use any supply, and then they'll be cut in half. So that 3 strength points is going to be reduced to, or 6 strength points is going to be reduced to 3. So we're going to have a 38-3, which is going to be killer. Yeah, it's going to be 12, 13-1. So we're going to be maxed out in the clear, 13-1. Let's see, we're going to get, there's not going to be any, unless it's a negative column shift. So there's a 3. The highest German is a 4. Actually, he's across, he's in the clear. He's across a minor river. So he would be half. So that's not even that. So it's 28. I didn't see that minor river there. So it's 28 divided by 3. 9.3. So 9-1. And the Germans are going to get a +1 at 9-1. So let's roll. And we rolled an 8. So that's going to be a 9. They're not going to get any column shifts because you need a 10 or better on a normal attack. All right, so we're going to go in the clear terrain. We're going to go 9-1. They're going to get 1 on the die roll. They roll a 9 again, and that is a 10. So we get a DL2 02G. All right, so this cav unit's going to lose 2 steps, and since they're all the same, it doesn't really matter. Motorcycle units. So those 2 are gone. All right, and he's got a retreat, and ain't that something? It doesn't have to, but he can. 1, and believe it or not, he's got a path where he can retreat. Ain't that something? And he goes DG. He had an escape route. All right. What do the Germans want to do? It's not an overrun. They don't have to take it. I think they'll come across, though. All right. And they had an AE3. They got 2 of those right there. All right. So both of these guys got exploit, which is probably going to be useless because there's no supply for them to draw from. We got something sitting down here. Yeah, there's still 2. All right. All right, let me shift this camera over to the big front here. Let's see. Over to the breakout area. We'll actually push it back a little bit here. Yeah, that's not bad, but I think we can do better. Think we can do better. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Can we see 6 Panzer on there? 6 Panzer. Yeah, we can see them. Let me go back just a little bit more. All right. All right, let's see here. Now I built up some supply over here. We've got a 10. So we figured it out earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he can throw 10 hexes. So I've already measured all that. He can throw to all of those. And we did some exploits, but now we're going to do some regular combats on this. Don't need to fuel them because they were all fueled up at the beginning of the turn. So we need to attack some stuff here. And we've got a couple of DGs. What is this unit here? I can see the top one. 7th Panzer. Oh, that's Germans. So we got 5th Cav sitting there. We're not messing with this clown. So 5th Cav is sitting there. And these guys are not DGs, so this would be painful. Yeah, 6 and a 14, that would be 20. 20 against 7th Panzer and 10th Panzer. And you can only flip units to their combat side during a movement phase. So what I said, we have 7th Panzer who is on their mobile side. I know that for a fact. And we have 10th Panzer. Where are you at, 10th Panzer? 10th Panzer's on their combat side. I think there's like, there's like 14 and 5 in there. Let me see. Let me see. All right. So if I want to attack them, that's 14 and 5. That's 19 sitting there. And I would be attacking them with 7 and 8, 15, 25 and 4 is 29. And then if I throw in 7th Panzer, let's see what he's got. I got to throw those guys out of there. Oh, shit. I forgot they got that fort underneath there, too. I got to check that. All right, so that's a small fort. He's a 2, or a hedgehog, I'm sorry, but he's only a small fortress. So he's got a 4 and he's a 3. So these embedded forts here on the map, see one right there? They got a whole line of them somewhere. Maginot, I don't know. So any units that are in those, they do not count as REs when you're figuring out density for like barrages and stuff like that. But they still have to be supply provided to them. And then when you attack, the first thing that's got to be lost. So like if you were to take 2-step losses, you would reduce the fort first. And if it's got 8, if the fort has 8 strength points or more, it's a 2-step unit. Anything less than 8, it's a 1-step unit. So you can never completely wipe it off the map, but what you do is you reduce it to a hedgehog 1. All right. So if you were to take 2-step losses, you would take 1 from the fortress and then 1 from one of the units. All right. But any unit that was still there would still be in a hedgehog 1 for any future engagements. So if we were to go 29, that's 19. When I say 29 and 6, 35, 6, 41, and 6, 47. But that is going to be, it's, God tell me that's not a city, because I ain't doing that if it's a city. Ah, shit. Yeah, it's a minor city. God darn it. Minor city. Well, doesn't count. That would be very close. Oh, man. Now, you know what? I'm not going to mess with that. That's nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble. Man, I got 3 Panzer divisions sitting right there that can't attack anything. All right, 5th Cav. We can deal with them, I believe. Yeah, they're almost eliminated now. They've got like five total points, 5th Cav does. So we'll hit 5th Cav with the motorized unit there. Get this stuff out of the way. Yeah, I wished I would have filmed the overruns, so you could have seen the overruns. Get this junk out, and let's get 29th. think that's 29th I got in there. Yeah, 29th motorized. All right. So 29th motorized. I think that's what it is. I make the wrong one. No. Yeah. And he's got supply with him. Oh yeah, he's got 6T with him. And he's got 1, 2. Artillery's 9, so it's 2.5. So he's going to lose 3T on his attack. Shit, he's DG'd. I got to keep that in my eyes. We're doing it anyhow. All right, he's going to burn 2T, and he's going to flip that. So now he's a 3T. All right, put that back on there. All right, and this guy here has got to burn. He's got a regiment in there. He's got 2 the artillery's right, so he's got to burn 2T. Do they have 2T nearby? I think they do right here. Oh yeah. So we'll reduce him to a 2T. All right, there we go. So interesting rule. Like I said, that's the rule that I always forget, is to draw the supply for the defender. I had a bad habit of doing that early. All right, so supply's been taken out for both. So the Germans are going to attack. I see they got 14 and 3 is 17 divided in half. That's 8.5. And the French have 5. So that's 2.5. All right. What did I say again? 17, 8.5 divided by 2.5. All right, that's 3 to 1. Because they're both DG'd. So that's 3 to 1. It's in the clear. And they're reduced to a 2, and we're reduced to a 3. So it's going to be +1. I roll a 9, which is not going to do diddly for a regular attack. All right, so it's going to be 3 to 1 in the clear, and the Germans are going to get a +1 on the attack. Oh, come on. Drop a 6. No, shit. So that's 6 + 1 is 7. Same result. A01, D01. And I am not about to take a loss for that unit right there. So nothing will happen. Yeah, something's got to happen. No, he's DG'd, so he has no zone of control. All right, so he'll retreat because that guy has no zone of. Now he's got to retreat away from him. So he either retreats and takes a step loss. Damn, that sucks. That sucks. He was in a bad spot. All right, he's going to take the 29th is going to take a step loss. Where did I sit him? Where did I sit him? Straighten you guys out, I know that. So the 29th is going to end up losing. God darn it. Now it's got to lose the mech unit because that's what he used. All right, so their mech unit's gone. So you have to move away if you're going to retreat. And moving adjacent to him would not move him away. So he would have to go here, here, or here. Neither one of those is in the zone of control. All right. So he's gonna take a step loss anyhow, which means now this guy, he's either got to take a step loss or retreat. Well, guess what he's going to do? He is going to retreat, and that means he'll give up that ground to him, which I probably need to do. All right. What else can we do? I wanted to take on that 14, but I didn't reduce him. Let's see what we can do here. We should be able to kill this unit. Oh, Jesus. He's a 20. So there, I mean, right there, there's 21. There's 10.5 right there. So let's see. I've got 2nd Panzer on the backside. And I've got 18. Let's see what Second Panzer's got. Let's see what Second Panzer has. And they're probably on their freaking mobile side. No, they're not. Sweet. They are not on their mobile side. The artillery is. They're the one of their infantry units is. All right. So what I say, they would have 10.5 in there, and we would have 5 and 8, 13, and 8, 21, and 4 is 25. 25 and 18 would be 33. Well, you got to attack. You got to attack if you want to gain any ground. So, all right. So we'll go. Let's burn some supply here first. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got to burn 5T and 4. So he's got to burn 2 supply points and 1 ton. So we're gonna throw it from here through the headquarters and up. So what I said, 5T. So we're going to take him down to a 1 and 3T. Yeah, a 1 and 3T. And that'll take care of all of that. All right. And the Frenchies are, he's got to burn 2T. Does he even have 2T anywhere? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. Oh, this might not be good. Might not be good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got nobody there. So, well, he would have to stop. He only has to throw it adjacent. Does he have? He does. That's all he's got. All right. Burn that up. Burn that up. So he's throwing it 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, he's got no zone of control. So it could be 1, 2, and into the woods. So either way it gets there. All right, but they're still DG, but they got supplies. So we said it was going to be, he doesn't have any. Oh, yeah, he's got yellow armor, but so do we. So that's going to counter that. And he is in the woods, which I'm sure he is going to use that. He can't benefit his defending armor in the clear, so take the pills, Jeff. Already did. All right, so there's really going to be no modifications on that. So we're going to go 10.5. Do I have a 5? What do they got? They're going to be reduced, and their highest unit is probably a 3. Yeah, so he's going to get reduced to a 2. So it's going to be +3. Let's do that for our surprise. We rolled a 9 + 3, that's 12. So we got supply, we got surprise, and we rolled a 3. So it's going to be a 3-column shift. And I said it was, I did not say, 33 divided by 10.5 is 3 to 1. So in the woods, which is close, and that's going to move it over 3 columns to 8 to 1. And they're going to get a +3 on the die roll. And they rolled a 9 + 3 is 12. Oh, that's a good roll. All right, so we got an AE3, DL2, O2, DG. All right, so the Germans, they don't have to retreat, no optional. They got an AE3. So this guy here, he's got to lose 2 steps. All right, so he's got to take the DL2. Obviously, the first one's going to come from there. Yeah, we're not going to kill that army because, granted, these guys aren't strong, but the fact, okay, so these guys aren't strong, but the fact that they're a yellow-coated unit, they can provide a benefit in a stack because they are a heavy anti-tank. All right, so we're going to take the 2 losses from him, which will reduce him to half. Oh, where'd you sit him? All right, and he's got an O2. Or did I say O3? an O2, and he's DG'd. So there's no zone of control on this guy. We're not going to leave him there to die. So he's going to go 1-2 over to this dude. All right. And he's DG'd. He is DG'd. So we'll move him over to here. And the Panzers, they can move it in, or we'll move the infantry in there because we don't want to give up any ground. So we'll move the infantry in there. And these guys all get in the woods. My bad. In the woods. All right. And they get AE3s. Yeah, I'm going to bitch about this again. I need to separate these damn things. AE3s. What's up, OG? I got you, Todd. I'm sure you're going to post that so I can see it. So I'm just going to be doing combat on this anyhow, and then I'm probably going to save this one. This stuff it takes so much time to execute, but if I can get through this combat on this one, I'll probably do the exploit tomorrow. And I think I got one more that I want to do. Man, do I even want to mess with third armor? Well, of course I do. Of course I do. No, maybe I don't. Third armor is full up, and I'm only sitting there with 6 Panzer, and if my guess is right, 6 Panzer is on his sissy side. No, he's not. He's on his big dog side. So 6 Panzer. Doing a little combat, Dev. Doing a little combat. So 6 Panzer trying to match that 12, 16, 17. Yeah, that ain't going to happen. If he had some support, that might happen, but I don't think so. How about that DG unit? Let's call some casualties. That's what we need. That's first armor. Shit, he ain't much weaker. I know that. Hell no, he's sitting on 16. Well, I can hit him with 6. I can hit him with that and the grunts here. That would be 20 and whatever I had. 20 and oh my God, 20 and 15, 35, 45. I could hit first armored with 45, and he's sitting on 16. But he's also sitting in Wooded Hills. Now, does he want to, if he defends in the clear part of that? Okay, so here we go once again. So you understand this if y'all ever play this. The defender gets to choose the terrain in their hex that he wants to affect the attacker. So if he is sitting in multiple hexes here, you see multiple hex terrains, right? He's got some clear, he's got some woods, and he's got wooded hills. So he can choose from either one of those. So if he chooses wooded hills to affect the attacker, the armored units for the attacker will get reduced in half. All right. So that would take all of these 3 5 strength tank units. It would take them down from 15 points to 7.5. Then he gets to turn around. He gets to choose the terrain he's defending in. So here now, you might think, well, that's kind of unfair. Well, here's the deal. If he wanted to get a bonus on his stuff to where maybe he didn't take a reduction and he had armor, he would have to put himself in the clear so that his armor on the defense would stay at its normal strength. But what happens is that takes him down to the clear combat role or combat row. So you've got your combat terrain that you choose. Why is this? It's upside down. No, it is. Yeah, so you've got your combat terrains of extra close, very close, close, and open. So if he chooses to, so he can keep his armor 1, he would be in the open instead of the wooded hills, which is very close. That's a 2-tier shift for the defender. So he probably doesn't want to do that. So what he'll do is he will take his units, and they are heavy anti-tank, but the Germans can counter that. So they'll both go into the wooded. He'll choose wooded hills for both him and them. So, which really doesn't matter. I mean, whether they do it or not, because the odds are going to be the same either way. But he wants to be on that very close chart. So his rating will go from, or his defense factors will be 16 reduced to 8. And the Germans will be, it's not going to affect the infantry. So the infantry is going to be 20 plus plus the infantry unit in the 6th Panzer, which is a 7 strength. There's 27. The recon unit is not affected. So there's 3 there. There's 30. And then you've got 15 points of tanks. So 30 plus 7.5, because they're going to get cut in half. So you got 37.5 into, what did I say? Into 8.5. No, into 8. So 37.5 divided by 8 is going to be 4.6. So that's going to be 5-1, but it's going to be 5-1 in wooded hills. So like I say, that's a 2-tier shift. So let's put that, let me note that. It's going to be 5-1 because the Germans are going to attack, and it's going to be in wooded hills. All right. They are DG'd. So their top AR value is a 3. So they're going to be reduced to a 2. Now we got to do supply first. So he's got to draw, he might not be able to draw supply. Put that back in there. Let's see. 1, 2. Yeah, he can draw supply. So he's got to draw 2T. He's a little more than 1. So we'll flip him. He'll go to a 2T. So we're taking 1 supply point. We're taking 2 tokens away from it because he's defender. The most you're going to lose is 2T. All right. And he'll go to a 2T, which the headquarters is on top. So he's in supply. Oh, I did that in the wrong place, didn't I? Right here. Yeah, it's one of the 2. I don't remember. And the attacker, he's got supply with him right here. But do I want to use that? He's actually got 5T. I don't. I want to throw from back here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's next to the headquarters. The headquarters can throw it forward 10. So he's going to have to take 3 because he's reduced by 1 step. So there's 3T. There you are, Peter. Man, I was trying to remember that it was you that was on last night. Well, fortunately, I've executed some of the combats. I'm actually working on the last combat right now. I was hoping you'd pop on. But you're getting ready to see this combat, so there's a plus for you. All right, so we figured out this is going to be 5-1, and I need to use 3T, and 6 Panzer, I think, was 4T, so I need 7T. So that's, Jesus, that's 1 supply and 3T. Do I have that? I most certainly do, with 4 to spare. All right, so every attacking step, of course, 2 battalions is 1 RE. That's considered a step. Hey, Charles. So I have to burn 7T between that big infantry unit who's taken a 1-step loss. So he's only 3 steps. All right. Doesn't affect his combat strength yet, which is interesting. And then 6 Panzer has got 4T that he has to use. So it's 3 tons from him, or 3 tokens from him, and 4 tokens from 6 Panzer. So a 1 is 4 tokens, and then 3 tokens. All right, so everybody's supplied. Oh, you know what? He's got to use another freaking 1 token for fuel because he cannot. I want him to keep his own. No, I don't. No, I don't. So he's going to burn that for the fuel because you got to attack, you got to move. So Shit, that cost us right there almost 3 total supply points just to get that into gear. So I better stink and roll good. All right. So 5-1. We know that the Panzers, they have an AR of 5. That unit does. Wherever I set them down. Where you at, 6 Panzer? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Did I pull them out? I got to quit doing that. I'm killing myself when I do that. I'm usually pretty good about this stuff. 6 Panzer, where'd you go? You have got to be kidding me. They're sitting here on the table somewhere. Oh, geez, they're sitting right there. Yeah, so their recon unit is a 5. And the allies they're DG'd, so they're going to be a 2. So that's going to be a surprise roll with a +3. All right, and there's really no modifications other than the AR. So we rolled, oh my God, a 4 + 3. What a waste, because there's not going to be any column shifts. All right, so it is, well, let's see. A 4 + 3 is 7. No, it has to be 5 or less for the defender, 10 or more for the attacker. Okay, so no column shifts. So we're going to be doing a 5-1 attack in Wooded Hills, which is very close. And that will actually go on the 4-1 table because there is no 5-1. So I'm going to tell you right now, to do any damage, the Germans better roll 10 or better. So that means they get 3 die roll. That means they better roll a 7 or better. Oh, how lovely is that? They rolled a 5. So a 5 + 3. Gee, I need Christmas. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 in a row. A01, D01. And unfortunately, they're going to have to take a step loss. And since I used the 5th, damn, that sucks, man. That sucks. I got to burn that recon unit because I do not want to retreat. That's two recon units. And I'll put these down so y'all can see them. I'm sorry I've been doing that. They've been right in front of me. So this was 6 Panzer along with this guy here. All right. And he's got the AR of 5. You can't see any of that, can you? Come on, Jeffrey. All right. So that was 6 Panzer. And the recon unit, he has an AR of 5. If you can see that. This is supposed to be a good camera. It needs to focus, damn it. Anyhow, that little tiny number is a 5. So that's the AR we used. And since the 6 Panzer's got no place to retreat because it's a zone of control, and that would be a zone of control, all right? Regardless of friendly units, we're going to hold that ground, and they'll take that step loss. And this guy here, he either has to retreat, which is probably what he's going to do, because he doesn't need to take a step loss. So he's going to exercise his option, and he's going to drop back 1 hex and give up that ground. I don't think I want to advance into that because I want to keep my chain for supply to make that easier in case trucks need to roll through there. All right. I mean, that did not work out very well. I don't think I won 1 fight right here with these 2. I won this. Well, I won, but there was no advance over yonder. And I can't do any more fighting over here because I don't have any supply. So, Pete, I'm going to flip the camera over so you can see what it was we were looking at last night since you weren't here. See if that'll do it. Yeah, you can see it. So remember, we were getting ready to start in here. We were starting with that attack. And actually, we won that attack. But they took some losses and held their ground. The problem is I don't have any more. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, I don't have anybody I can throw supply to them to use these exploits. So we just finished the combat phase, and we are now going to, let's see, exploitation movement. And then you have exploitation barrage, which would be units coming out of reserve status. And then you would have exploitation combat. So do I want to move with these guys? I kind of want to hold that because I want to shut that city off. And I don't have any supplies with them. I could use their internal stocks. What do we got up here? 3T. Damn. And if I were to run down and hit that, oh man, let's see. They're fueled up, so I don't have to worry about that. That is 3rd Panzer. What can 3rd Panzer do? 3rd Panzer, they are on their mobile side. So maybe. Oh man, I don't want to attack that headquarters unit down there. I could go across that river and take out that artillery. But I'd have to burn internal stocks for that, and I don't want to do that. I think that's a little too risky. So do I even want to move? I don't think I want to move out of there. I do have an exploit down below that I can move the units, and they are infantry. So we'll do that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We get up in here, and we get up in here. 1, 2, 3. Get them moving. Oh no! My bad. 1, 2, 3. We want to go this way with this guy. Oh, 1, 2. Shit. 1. Yeah, I forgot that he's gonna die, but I still got to keep up on him. Actually, no, screw that. Let him run around back there. We're going to go ahead and go take this guy, go back forward again. That's gone. All right. I don't think, well, actually, I do. I think I want to move this guy. So he's 3, and the infantry underneath him is also 3. So we're going to move them, take their exploitation because they'll be done. So we're going to go 1. No, let's go over top. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Man, I just destroyed this whole formation over here. Sit still. All right. All right, so we're not going to move this armor unit here. Damn, I should, though. Jesus Christ, I really should. I really should. Because he's pinned in there. I really should move him. That guy, he's about to die. I just don't have any supply to attack with right there. That stinks. And I don't want to leave him. I tell you what, instead of advancing all of these guys, we're going to stop him right there instead. Yeah, I boo-booed because that's an enemy unit, so that wasn't going to work anyhow. So that would have been 1, 2, 3 to there, and we'll drop him off short. Something about I wish they would have had like different color DGs for the Allies, different color for the Germans. I try to turn them upside down so I know that those are Allies, but sometimes I don't always catch that. What's really interesting is all of the Dutch are going to come off the map at the end of this turn, and the Germans can start pushing all those troops down towards France. All right, let's shift this camera yonder. And let's deal with this mess. Yeah, I mean, I could look through the DGs, I mean, and the only reason these are have somewhat of a discount, like those are, I'm trying to use the lighter ones for the Allies and the darker orange ones for the Germans, but that's really it. They should have really changed them. Like, I mean, if you flip those over, the backs of them for supply, I mean, that dark blue and that light blue, if they had done that with the DGs, that would have been awesome. So the best I can do is flip them facing different directions. All right. So the only thing I got left is, oh my God, did we lose to the Penguins again? 2 stinking nights in a row. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm watching hockey, so don't get angry if I cuss. All right. I need to spread this pocket, but my golly, I'm so afraid to do that. I can go down and hit him. I could punish the hell out of this right here. So this is 2nd Panzer. They're already fueled. And they would be perfect for this. All right, so let's go do, I don't even need to send all of them. I don't even need to send all of them. I could overrun right down that road. I could overrun right down that road. What is it? Somebody tell me real quick what the value is of a unit in strat mode. Oh, let's see. Oh. Units in strat mode reduce their print action rating to 0. And what's their strength, though? Because I've never attacked one that was in strat mode. And don't make me go get the rule book out. I want to say they're reduced to 1 or half. I want to say they're reduced to half. Anybody know the answer to that? What's the strength of a unit in strat mode? Nobody off the top of their head? Let's see. Pull out the old rule book here. Modes 5.0. Strat mode. Let's see. Units cannot enter strat mode when enemies on a supply. Units in strat mode can never eat off the map. Cannot use rail. Units strat mode. If forced, okay. Units cannot enter strat mode when we know that. If forced to do so, they are eliminated. Let's see. You can use the DGK. That's a good idea. I didn't think about that. That's right. They have the gray up and the green down in those. Yeah, I could just all those in one box. Or, I mean, I got other games too that have DG or disorganized on them. I could do that from a different game box. Well, it doesn't say anything about the strength of a unit in strat mode, but I know there's something in here. I know there's something in here. Come on. This should be easier to locate. Terrain, and unit strength. Supply. I know I saw something. Well, maybe it's just the fact that their AR gets reduced to nothing. Because I don't see anything. Now I'm not going to sit here and read the rules for an hour. It's just one of these oddball rules that I won't see that often. All right, so So anyhow, I think the problem is if I move those Panzer units out, I'm going to put myself in a bind, I'm afraid. And I don't really, man, I could sure trash a lot of stuff right there, though. So do I want to take the risk and go after all of this shit right here in a row? This Panzer unit is in his mobile mode. He's in move mode. So he could probably trash a lot of them. And I wouldn't need, oh, wait a minute, let's make sure of that. I didn't expect the French to cave so fast right there. All right, so do I go after them, or do I sort of bend a little bit and keep a defensive structure until I can get some more of these infantry units across the river? That's the question. What do you think? Oh, I'll take that back second. Oh, that's first. I'm first Panzer, second Panzer. So I'm looking for a vote of confidence. Do I go get them, or do I sit on my heels? Well, that was second Panzer. Is that what I was talking about? Oh, I take that back. Second Panzer is not. Second Panzer is not in mobile mode. They are in combat mode. So that would mean, where is the infantry? Let me see. All right, so the infantry is in mobile mode. So I could go half and then 3 to overrun. And that would be 4 to 1. The problem is they're a yellow. Oh, there is no anti-tank. I don't worry about that. Well, yeah, wait a minute. They're on the defense. Heavy anti-tank effects are given to yellow-coated units. All right, so, has no effect against the infantry. So I could get a 4 to 1 going on there, right on down the line with the infantry, which has an AR of 4 against those guys. We're going to do it. We're going to take a risk. Take a risk. Tell you what we'll do. We'll send a Panzer unit with him. That's what we'll do. We'll send a Panzer unit with him. Let's get him out of the way. So these guys are going to break off using that exploitation, and they're going to head this way down this road. So they're going to burn 1 T. They're going to have to burn 2 T of supply. So we're going to throw it from way back yonder. We're going to throw 2 T out of here. So that's going to reduce him to 3 and 2 T. 3 and 2 T. All right. So for those of y'all that are just joining, I'm doing an exploitation right now after the German combat phase. And so you can understand here. So this supply is going up this road to where this, God damn it. It's almost like you only wish you had 2 fingers when you're playing these games. To this headquarters, and he is throwing supply up to these units up here. So, all right, so we're going to overrun that strat unit up there, who's only a strength of 1. My armor is going to counter him. So it's going to be, we've got 8. They're here, so they're going to move a half. So it's going to be 3.5 to get in here and mix with this guy, and he's a strength of 1. His AR is going to be reduced to 0. So we're looking at an 8 to 1, and we're going to get a plus. Oh, that armor is a 5. Oh, yeah, we're going to get a +5 on the die roll. He is going to have to burn 1 T. You know what? He's not going to burn anything because at 8 to 1, he's going to get his ass handed to him anyhow. Let me see. The defender does not have to burn supply if he doesn't want to. He can use his internal, or he can say, I'm not going to use any supply because he's going to get his ass kicked anyhow, and he can reduce his strength to half. So at 8-1 in clear terrain, yeah, the guy's going to get stomped. Well, okay, so you know what? He's not going to burn any. He's going to take the beating of 0.5, so that's going to be like 16-1, which wouldn't matter. Now, see, and they got lucky. So 4 plus 5 is 9. They wouldn't even get an overrun shift, so it didn't matter. So for the attack, it's gonna be maxed out in open terrain. Oh my God, what a shitty roll that was. A 4 plus 5. That give me a 9. And they're gonna get, and now your exploitation will not apply to this. The exploitation's only on her so you're reminded that those guys can function during the exploitation phase. So that unit is going to get a DL202 DG. So he's gone. All right. He's history. You know, I thought that when I moved those guys over here, trying to get into this gap as fast as I could, that the French infantry that was sitting here and the armor could hold them off, and they didn't. All right. So this would be 3.5 to here. All right. And I think we're going to do this. We're going to try to drive right through these guys. As long as he's got the points to do it. Let's see. Exploitation movement. Exploitation marked units can only move half. All right, so he's got 4, so he's done. 3.5 for him to there. All right. He can move a total of 8. So he is 4.5 to there, 3.5 to there. 6.5 to here. We're going to do one more right there. So he's reduced to a 0 against a 4. We need to burn 1 T. And we will from all the way back here because 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. He can hit him easy. So we'll burn 1 T all the way back. Thank God I stockpiled supplies right there. All right. So we're going to throw 1 T up to this infra unit. He is going to overrun that armor unit there. You know, you would think that benefit would apply. I mean, he's in strat mode, so it's not. But it says anti-tank effect for attacking armor or mech. And that is not mech. That is, you know, and I'm granted, I understand that infantry units, mobile or ground units, they had their own little, you know, their inherent support that they had, or their stuff with inside their unit, like bazookas and things like that. All right. All right, so we're going to go, he might want to burn supply at 4-1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so he'll burn 1 T from there. Take that down to a 2 T. Where did I say that was? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, is that right there? I think so. Yeah, because he was sitting on top of him. All right, so he'll get his supply. He'll stay at 1, so it's going to be 4-1, but he gets an AR of 0. The attacker has an AR of 4, so let's roll for surprise. And this time they rolled an 11, and they got a 4-column shift. Oh, hell yeah. So that's going to be 4-1 in the clear. 4-column shift takes it to an 11-1, and he gets 4 on the die roll, and he rolled a 9. That's going to be a 13. Yeah, goodbye armor. Why can't I get those kind of rolls during regular combat? That's an A2 for which doesn't matter now. DL203 DG. All right, so that just took care of that. And he is in exploit mode. So he had only 4. He moved 3.5. He moved 6.5, and he's got 8. So he's not done. We're going to take him back, put him with the armor. And these guys are gone. I took out 2 independent tank units. And while, you know, that they weren't very strong, it was useful. Because like I say, you know, those units aren't big. It took me a little while to realize that if you stick those heavy anti-tank units or the light anti-tank units, the ones that are in red, if you stick them with infantry and you get hit by tanks or you get hit by mech or something like that, you might get a plus to your defense there. All right, so I don't think I want to do anything else with, well, do I want to move these guys a little bit? Maybe into here. Take care of that. 8th Panzer is okay. Oh man, this is asking for trouble. But I got to move this guy because I need something in that gap down there. So 1, 2, 3, and just to keep that covered. And gentlemen, I believe that is it for the German turn. For the German combat, or exploitation in combat, I should say. Let's take a look here. Take a look. I don't think I have any more. I wasn't going to do any artillery. This guy's not going anywhere. I got to keep him there. All right. Let's see. Let's see what we've done. All right, watch my cool little trick here. Watch this. I love this. Hold on. Watch what I can do. Isn't that cool? Isn't that freaking cool? I can sit right over here with my mouse and zoom that thing back in and back out. All right, so you're looking at it. There it is. Now, everything to the opposite side of the old Belgians over here, you're looking at my fingers on the last unit. So there's probably 3 hexes you all can't, 3 or 4 hexes you all can't see. And that's Antwerp. All right. Everything past that over there is all Dutch. And they're fixing to come off the board at the end, right now, at the end of this turn. The pocket grew a little bit here with the overruns that I conducted initially. This guy, he might be in trouble. I don't know yet. I got to take that risk because I still got, I got 3 Panzer divisions and a motorized tied up back here that I need to do something with. So we're spreading a little bit. I need to clear this out, but I'm going to have to get infantry in here to deal with them. I'm not going to waste my Panzer units on them. I need to get them moving. So the question I was trying to answer last night is do I want to do the Guderian Rommel war of mobility to drive to the coast and isolate all those ports back up over there, cut them off? Or do I want to turn into behind the Maginot Line and try to take out Verdun and Metz? I got to, I got to determine now. I don't know how much. There's not a whole ton of reinforcements sitting over there. The Germans definitely have way more than the French do. The British have, it looks like an arm. They got, it's probably 7th Armored sitting in the box over here. And like I say, the Dutch are fixing to be gone. So, I'm starting. I got a nice good sized force down in Paris, way down yonder that y'all can't see. I'm just making sure because I don't want that taken on some stupid whim. And I do have secondary forces sitting, you can't see them, but they're sitting back here, which I was starting to get ready to bring forward. But I've got 2 pockets that need to be collapsed. And that is in here, in this area. This one's, while this is not quite as severe yet, I'm just realizing because I shuffled everybody this way, there's not much here. And the French mobile forces, I think they have 1 armored unit that has the UMPA to take on one of these Panzer divisions, but their AR rating is terrible. So, and granted, you roll some lucky dice, it's probably no big deal. All right, so I got to debate that strategy. That takes care of the German. We do the cleanup. The cleanup is simply removing this crap from the German units, which I think there's only a few. I think there's only a few. Oh, there's one over here, two of them over here, which I won't have to worry about that anymore. And so endeth the 18 May turn. And right now, I would say that much like a ball game where a team has a decent lead, it's up to the Germans to lose or win this game. Like I say, the Dutch are going to come off the board. They didn't really leave much supply up there for the Germans to take, just little tiny bits of stuff, but they're going to come off the board. They tried to blow some of it, a little bit of success. So now the focus, I got to determine, I got to try to exploit. If I get two pockets going, that's going to be a problem for the Allies. If I can get two pockets, because I got enough mobile stuff to do it. And now I'm going to shift some more stuff down. But if I get these two pockets open and start working in behind, I think that's going to be it. I will understand now why this line over here will have to collapse if that's the case. I'm doing my best to hold on, but I think I'm going to have to take all the excess units that I can possibly put together from over here and take them back up here to help. Got to stop that German advance there. And I'm going to tell you what, that advance is not going to slow down because the Germans have more infantry coming up. And the only thing right now that's a saving grace is there's no rail line yet across. If the Germans punch this open, which I've got a feeling they probably will, I may have to fight hard for this, I don't know. But if they punch this open, that might be the perfect example of a rail line connection where I can put an extender down to connect that rail line over to here somewhere. All right, but anyhow, like I say, if I can get these two open, I still need to get a rail line. So while there's nothing here, unless I take Sedan, which now that all makes sense why Guderian went after Sedan, I need to take this one right here. I don't know who took this town. Was this Rommel? Was this Nancy? What is this up here? Namur. Who took Namur? I know somebody did. All right. So there it is, guys. That's the end of the May 18th turn. I'm going to end it right there. As part of the end turn thing, I'm going to clean up the Holland situation and get that out of the game. And then I can start repurposing what I'm going to do with the Germans. But if I had to call advantage right now, I'm calling Germans. It's definitely a German advantage right now. We'll just have to see. And you got to watch with the British too, because the British, there's a rule for called mauling, which can literally force them to just run away completely and end up doing an early Dunkirk. So, all right, guys. Hey, appreciate y'all getting on here and looking at this tonight. I'm sorry about last night. My apologies. And we'll try to do this more. I can't sit here and do a whole movement on this because it might take me 2-3 nights just to move because I'm too busy thinking about it and ADD sets in and I got to walk away. All right. So, all right, guys, appreciate you coming on. Peter, glad you made it back. Charles, glad you popped back on here. AOG, glad you came over, brother. Grumble, the Grumster, the Grumbling Groundyard, and Marcus, glad you came over too, man. Appreciate it, guys. Who'd I miss? Todd Lee was here. All right, guys. We'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching.